When we talk about cities disappearing underwater, the world usually looks at Venice. We picture gondolas floating through St. Mark's Square and tourists wading through knee-deep water. Venice is the global poster child for a sinking city. But on the other side of the world, in Southeast Asia, there is a catastrophe unfolding that makes Venice look like a minor plumbing issue. Welcome to Metro Manila. It is a sprawling, chaotic, and vibrant megacity of over 13 million people, and if you count the surrounding urban areas, that number jumps to nearly 25 million. It is the densest city on Earth. In the district of Tondo, nearly 70,000 people are packed into every square kilometer. It is a city of skyscrapers, massive shopping malls, and endless traffic. But beneath the concrete and the noise, something terrifying is happening. The ground is literally collapsing. While the rest of the world worries about sea levels rising due to climate change, a process that adds about 3 millimeters of water per year, Manila is facing a different beast entirely. In some areas, the land itself is sinking by more than 10 centimeters every single year. That is more than 10 times the global average for sea level rise. It is a slow-motion collapse that is turning neighborhoods into permanent lakes, swallowing ancestral homes, and threatening to displace millions of people. This isn't a sci-fi prediction for the year 2100. It is happening right now. And the scariest part? It's not the ocean's fault. It's ours. To understand why this is happening, you have to look at what Manila is built on. Geographically, the city is a disaster waiting to happen. It sits on a marshy isthmus between two massive bodies of water, Manila Bay to the west and Laguna de Bay, the largest lake in the Philippines, to the southeast. Essentially, Manila is a sandbar. The soil is soft, swampy, and rich in clay. For centuries, this wasn't a problem. The Spanish conquistadors built a walled city here, and it survived. But in the 20th century, the population exploded. People flooded into the capital looking for work, and the infrastructure couldn't keep up. The government couldn't pipe enough water to all these new subdivisions and factories, so the people did what any desperate population would do. They dug wells, thousands of them. Private wells, industrial wells, illegal wells. They punched holes into the ground to suck up fresh water from the aquifers deep beneath the city. And this is where the geology turns against them. Imagine the ground beneath Manila is like a sponge. When a sponge is wet, it's puffy and holds its shape. But if you suck all the water out of that sponge, it dries up and shrinks. It crumples. That is exactly what is happening to the clay layers beneath the city. As the water is pumped out, the soil compresses and the land above it drops. This phenomenon is called ground subsidence, and unlike rising sea levels, it is irreversible. You cannot pump water back into the ground to inflate the land again. Once it sinks, it stays down. If you drive north of Manila to the provinces of Bulacan or Pampanga, or even the coastal cities of Malabon and Navatas, you don't need a scientific chart to see the sinking. You just have to look at the houses. You will see bizarre, surreal architecture. You will see two-story houses that look like bungalows because the ground floor has sunk so deep it is now a basement. You will see windows that are level with the street. Residents here are trapped in an endless, expensive war against the ground. Every few years, the floods get higher, not because the rain is heavier, but because their floor is lower. So they raise the floor. They pour fresh concrete, raising their living room by a meter. Then the road outside sinks, so the government raises the road. Then the water flows back into the house, so the family raises the floor again. It is a dystopian cycle. In some neighborhoods, the original roads are now 2 meters underground, buried beneath layers of asphalt added over the decades. In island barangays, children take boats to school, not because they live on an island, but because the streets they used to walk on are now permanently underwater, even during low tide. The ocean has simply reclaimed the town. This sinking creates a terrifying multiplier effect when you add the Philippines' terrible weather. The Philippines is slammed by an average of 20 typhoons every year. In the past, the water from these storms would flow naturally into the ocean. But now, because the city has sunk, the land is often lower than the sea level. The water has nowhere to go. It just sits there, turning the city into a stagnant bowl. We saw a preview of this nightmare in 2009 with Typhoon Ketsana, known locally as Ondoy. It dumped a month's worth of rain in just a few hours. 80% of Manila was submerged. It wasn't just a flood, it was a humanitarian crisis. But there is a darker threat looming, one that keeps seismologists awake at night. Manila sits right next to the West Valley Fault. Experts say the fault is ripe for a movement, a massive earthquake they call the Big One. Now, combine a massive earthquake with soil that is soggy, sinking, and unstable. You get a phenomenon called liquefaction. Essentially, the intense shaking causes the water-saturated soil to lose its strength and behave like a liquid. Entire buildings could tilt or topple over as the ground beneath them turns into quicksand. The sinking doesn't just make the floods worse, it makes the very foundation of the city a death trap. So what is the government doing about this? They're trying to engineer their way out of it. The solution is massive, expensive, and desperate. They are building walls. In the northern coastal areas, you will see the Kamanava Flood Control Project, giant dikes and seawalls designed to hold back the tides. Behind these walls are massive pumping stations, huge engines that run 24/7 to suck the rainwater out of the sinking city and spit it into the bay. It is the same strategy used by the Netherlands, with a crucial difference. The Netherlands is a wealthy nation with stable soil. Manila is a developing nation trying to maintain expensive pumps while the ground continues to drop. It's a constant game of catch-up. A dike built in 2010 might be too low by 2025 because the ground it sits on has subsided. It's like trying to build a castle on top of an elevator that is slowly going down. And yet, despite this, the building continues. In fact, right now, developers are building the new Manila International Airport in Bulacan, one of the fastest sinking areas in the country. It is a $15 billion mega project built on reclaimed land. Engineers promise they have used new technology to stabilize the soil, but critics look at the data and shake their heads. They argue that building heavy concrete structures on sinking marshland is an act of defiance against nature, that nature will eventually win. The situation is so dire that the Philippines is looking at the most radical solution of all: leaving. Just like Indonesia is moving its capital from sinking Jakarta to Borneo, the Philippines is slowly trying to shift its center of power. They're building New Clark City, about 100 kilometers north of Manila. It is designed to be the backup capital. It sits on high ground, far from the fault lines and far from the ocean. It is a smart, green, disaster-resilient metropolis. The plan is to slowly move government offices and businesses there to decongest Manila and give the sinking city a break. But moving a capital is easy on paper. Moving 13 million people is impossible. Manila is the economic heart of the country. The history, the jobs, the culture, it's all here. You cannot just tell millions of people to abandon their homes because the scientists say the ground is moving. So for the vast majority of Manileños, there is no plan B. There is only the daily reality of wading through the water. Manila is a testament to human resilience. It is a city that refuses to die. Walk through the flooded districts, and you will see children laughing as they swim in the streets. You will see vendors selling food from small boats. You will see a spirit of bayanihan, of helping one another, that is unbreakable. But resilience has a limit. As the aquifers dry up and the clays compress, gravity is winning. The story of Manila is a warning to the rest of the world. As we continue to pave over our wetlands, drain our groundwater, and build megacities on soft soil, we are learning a hard lesson. We often think of climate change as the ocean rising up to destroy us. But in Manila, the destruction is coming from the other direction. We are pulling the ground out from under our own feet. The question isn't whether Manila will sink. It already is. The question is, how long can a city of 13 million people keep its head above water before the sea finally claims it back?
There is always more to the story. Subscribe to never miss a chapter. If you learned something new today, leave a like and let me know in the comments what random topic we should cover next. I'll see you in the next one.